And welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future. Trade in all our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade and we're not your financial advisor. Normally we start around 10 o'clock, but we have just got a cell signal. So maybe I thought I will share it with you if you have a bad week so you can follow this. We're not responsible for your trade. We're just, we're not your financial advisor, but if you want to follow us on SIM, you're very welcome. We just had a cell signal here, and we will continue on this. The monitor will be dark in 1 second and then it will be turned back on. Be patient, please. Okay, thank you. Today is a Friday. We have the institutional number on 5,026, profit taken on 5,026. For the morning destination, I'm expecting 5,017. Okay, we're going straight to it. Little profit taken, and the Nasdaq hit the target 3, entering those 2 yellow lines is way below the normal numbers. So you gotta be careful with the market. I'm expecting the Nasdaq to stop the minute the ES hit the target 5,016. There is no more drop down on the Nasdaq, so you gotta be careful with that. Also, I want to mention we had a beautiful run on the CL. Even overnight, we had a beautiful run. And in the morning, the European session, we had a beautiful run. Made a lot of money this morning. And we started in the the morning session in USA. But it is also doing extremely well, the CL as well. And we're going to put it right there. And be careful for the Nasdaq trader. We are about to be done with the Nasdaq to the short side. And look, this is where we expecting. Target 3, this is the morning session. And we already hit the target 3, and it is between the 2 yellow lines. Those measure the previous highs and low. You have the same ones on the top and you have the same ones in the bottom. So once you enter those markets, like what I have said yesterday, this is a place for considering reversal. It's not really short anymore. and you should not follow this trap that you can continue short in the market. Once this market enter in those two yellow line, you have to put stop on your auto trade, irrelevant what auto trade you are using, irrelevant what time frame you are using, what type of a chart, what type of an auto trade, doesn't matter. The 1 minute tell you the true story in here, and it is the Nasdaq dropped a little bit below the target 3 because of the ES, but you should not generate a new trade once this market enter those two yellow line. Is very, very dangerous. And as we see, the market entered those two yellow lines, and I'm not expecting anything farther down on the ES than 5,017. So it is the end of the line for a Friday. It's a beautiful Friday. It is very a very good start this Friday. So this is really good. Also, what you can do on any type of an auto trade you are using, whether us or somebody else, you can always right click on the auto trade and generate profit, or put a stop and generate profit, and put somewhere like buy signal somewhere in here or here. The things is, if you interfere with this, and let's say you want to put a buy stop somewhere, you know, if you want to activate buy stop or some, if the price went to this place where you put or secured some of your profit, your auto trade will be disarmed. You gotta make sure that the rest of the lots are closed manually. It is NinjaTrader. It's not the auto trade. It's NinjaTrader. So if you want to take, let's say, one contract out here, you still have 2 contracts or 3 contracts. If you interfere with it, you need to finish it. Be careful. I've seen a lot of people make the same mistake again and again. And as we see, the ES holding on this target 3 and the support area, and maybe it might drop a couple bars more, but please do not activate short trades anymore on the Nasdaq and the ES. If you are in a trade, secure your profit, and but do not allow any type of an auto trade to take a trade. Please be careful. On the ES, on the CL, the gray chart is already hit 1,800, and we have 4 trades. So you can close it if you want to, all of it, or you can continue trading, and that will be, if we are able to nail all of it, that will be pretty good size amount of money. It will be around 3,500 to 4,000. We will see how it's going to be on the CL. Please be careful. Do not activate a new trade short. Please be careful. That's exactly why I'm saying you should not activate any short trade, because we entered those two yellow lines and we have I mean, to enter the market short, you have to go all the way up to 17,800 before you can re-enter short. On the ES, if you want to re-enter short, you have two, is a 5,033 and a 5,038, you know. So those the area where you can always remember. It's been with me for over 31 years, never run out. Identify trend, pull back, re-entry. Identify trend, pull back, re-entry. This is the only thing that's been working for over 31 years with me. And this is will never change. This is will stay with you forever. And as you notice, speaking of a devil, that's why I said do not get fooled by the market condition. And now it's pulling back. That's very fine. Also, you have to be careful if you are using an ATR or a MACD. Those are just simple auto trade. They don't do anything. They don't calculate anything. They're just above or below moving average. By the time you get up to the re-entry, most likely your auto trade will take long, and there is no long. There is a pullback, re-entry short. So this is a really important. There is a big distance from here to here. You might manage to break even on a trade. That's very fine. But not every day there is a big distance between the reverse and the re-entry. So if you have any kind of auto trade is taking a long, keep your hand on the mouse immediately. When you see profit, break even immediately, plus one tick for your broker, because this is not going to last for a long time, you know, if you are taking a long. And this is the biggest mistake many people do. And they think it's over, and then the auto trade take a long trade, and you are way far from the reality, you know. So we are expecting on the ES to be re-entry point at 5,033, and the second re-entry point 5,037. As an example, if you are with two lots, or maybe let's say two micro account, you can put one in this direction and one in the other one as a re-entry. For the Nasdaq, there is out of a question, there is no long trade. If you have some kind of auto trade with moving averages, you might go in the wrong direction. The re-entry on the Nasdaq is 17,832 as a re-entry. There is 3 factor in there. There is a heavy resistance. At the same time, this number here is in our system giving you the re-entry point on the ES or Nasdaq. This is very important. So we will see how it to play, and we will update you if anything new in this. We will be on standby to see what will happen. Here is our first re-entry point at 5,030. The second re-entry point 5,035. Be careful, please. And here is your Nasdaq. Look at it. Start going back down again. So that's why we told you be careful with your trade. I know you have a new signal sell on the YM. It's coming right now. The new signal YM. No, I'm sorry, buy is wrong. Do not take a buy signal when the ES is down. Don't follow that signal. I'm sorry. It's just a pullback and then it gives the signal buy, but do not follow that signal. It's short. And here it is. Look at it. Now your re-entry point on the Nasdaq is 17,811. Be careful, please. Be careful. Do not go long. Beautiful day. Beautiful. Excellent. one thing, uh, day in and a day out for the last many years, we've been showing this. Look at this. When the ES was all the way down here, you don't think it's reversal. And when I enter those two yellow lines, you see? And when this Nasdaq went down here, you thought there is no return and there is no reverse. And look what happened. So always be safe when you see the market enter those two yellow lines. Do not allow any auto trade to take short. This cannot be optimized because it's based on a day-to-day, cannot be optimized. There's many indicators cannot be optimized. And here it is. You cannot change the setting on it. You cannot do anything to it. And here it is. And we are coming to this critical area where we should be re-entry short, and that is followed by a resistance at 17,829. The market is not strong to break those resistance, so expecting this market here to drop again. So be careful. The ES close position at 2200. We knew it was over from here, so you can maximize your profit. And now, as we see, again, the Nasdaq is dropping, and again, as we expected, and the ES is dropping again as expected. So there is no surprises in the market today. Thanks God. Again, as I said, don't expect anything further than 5,016. Don't expect anything further for the morning session. As you notice, the market is not doing anything because we already hit the bottom. And if you notice here, from 10 o'clock, the Nasdaq is sitting on one line and it's not going anywhere. If we look at the momentum, the pressure in the market and the market analyzer, the buyers and the sellers almost equal, and there is a lot of mixed signals between 1 and 30 minutes and 1 and 30 minutes, and some other indication that it is, wow, look at this, it just dropped to all in red. So this is really, that's why the market is not going anywhere. There is no long, and we hit the short. This is the problem. A lot of traders don't understand that. We hit the bottom, and there is no long. There is no long trade, and we hit the bottom. And if it's gonna go further down, it will be a couple more bars. It's not gonna be some major trade with $14,000-15,000 trade. No, it will be a couple $100 trade. So, and it's not even worth it to trade it. So once we enter this yellow line, again, this is very important. Don't mess with it. Don't get a headache over it. It's not worth it. You see? So again, the market is flat. It's sitting, doing nothing. You know, and a lot of 99% amateur traders don't know that. 99% people don't recognize that, and this is really dangerous. You know, this is part of your trading. You need to be aware of it. I mean, we don't have to take manual trade, but you have to be your captain on your auto trade and know how to steer your auto trade and when to hold your auto trade. It's not a dishwasher machine. An auto trade or an ATM machine is gonna spit out money for you 24/7. There is control. You need to control your auto trade, whatever this auto trade coming from. You need to control and choose your battle in the market. You cannot just open your auto trade, unleash it, and not being concerned about the market. This is disaster. Here it is. We still on a standby. We see what happened. Be careful. Be careful with the trade. The only time we can go long when we cross the 5,036, and we need to cross this double resistance on the Nasdaq before we start taking the long trade. Be careful. Be careful. It's not over yet until it's over. We need to see the ES crossing the 5,036, and we need to see this the Nasdaq crossing this double resistance. So it will be good to take off with the Nasdaq on 17,840. This is where we cross. So be careful. Do not jump on it right away. Be careful, please. That's why we said you need to stay until we cross, which personally, if I was you, I will not take the ES long at all. There is no more trades on the ES for one reason. If we look, there is a lot of resistance above the ES. It's not tradable. If we look at the Nasdaq, once the Nasdaq cross the 17,821, you have a long trade. So there is much better deal on the Nasdaq to go long once we cross the 17,821 than the ES. The ES is not gonna go that far, and there is a lot of heavy resistance in this area here, which you don't want to trade, and especially if you're not fast enough recognize when you are in trouble. And if we notice the Nasdaq, if it cross that line, there is much space out. If we look at the ES, there is not much space between those lines. It's not tradable. So it's not, and that's why we said to stay calm, not to take a trade until we cross, and we did not cross, and this is really important. So the market was very good to us early this morning, and then once it hit the bottom, there is nothing left, and that's what we said. Once it hit the bottom here, nothing was happening, and when it hit the bottom here between the two yellow line, nothing has happened. So this is really, really important on your daily trade. It's very simple. You don't need to sit in a trading room for the next 10 years. It's very simple. Once you enter those yellow lines, stop what you're doing, take in your profit, and move on. This is the best way, no headaches. So we keep monitoring to see what will happen. Thank you. Okay, guys, we wish you really pleasant weekend. And if I was you, I will start again on a Friday, somewhere around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and take an hour or hour and a half break if I was you. And we wish you the best. And there is a good potential on the Nasdaq to go long. I would not go with the ES if I was you. It's up to you. We're not your financial advisor. Thank you very